was on time. Well, it's easy to be on time when you show up for your acting gig.
Well,
we're actually doing real crypto content here. So.
It's also not live.
Yeah, he's also not live because he can't go live because he doesn't actually know about crypto because he's a paid actor. You guys can look all this up. The guy behind Coin Bureau, by the way, is a Goldman Sachs banker. Just so you guys know. You guys go look it up. What's the name? Nick Puckerman. You guys go look all that stuff up. But that's not the point. The point is, we were having a lot of problems with YouTube this morning. We don't know exactly what was going on with the stream rate. We were having issues, but we're back. We do have some urgent Bitcoin analysis for you guys today. In all reality, I know people were making jokes about the urgency, but I promise you, we were trying our best to get live here. When it rains, it pours kind of thing. But we're here now. I'm wearing the honorary green shirt because hopefully we are going to see the price pumping, in the next, I don't know, couple of weeks, hopefully. But I wanted to show you guys some stuff here in just a minute. Hopefully I can find it. The Atlanta airport texted me. That's so funny. If you guys didn't know, on Twitter, we talked about, I talked about yesterday the Janoris Jenkins of the Titans, who used to play at Georgia. He got his car stolen, and the airport has DM'd me because I said that they're negligent. They are inside jobs. Obviously, when my car got stolen. So, is that playing? Do you hear music somewhere? What is that?
I hear music in my...
It's coming out of the head. Oh. I'm hearing myself, is what I'm hearing.
Gotcha.
Let me get off that. So, all right, guys. Well, look, let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to talk about Bitcoin price today. We're going to be talking about Cardano, some big news for Cardano and their upgrade. We're going to be talking about Ethereum. Once again, continuing the message of Ethereum passing Bitcoin. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to go ahead and say, officially, I believe, and it sounds crazy, I know, I believe in this cycle, Ethereum will pass Bitcoin.
Wow.
Boom. There it is. Y'all want urgent updates? You want urgent updates? You want them urgent, 20 minutes late? I got it for you. Right here. Okay? I do believe that Ethereum will pass Bitcoin. I've had the epiphany. I've had the vision. Okay, you guys know we had vision on around the blockchain yesterday? Today, TJ said, it's so funny. A week ago, everybody was saying Spencer Turing sounded like Vision. Now they're all saying he sounds like Jarvis.
Yeah.
Same guy.
Same person.
So anyways, I've had the vision. I've had the epiphany. I do believe Ethereum will pass Bitcoin. I think I'm going to do a whole video on that next week. Now, I don't think it's going to pass it and stay past it for long, but I do think that it will. Oh, you hate this color shirt, huh? You hate green candles? You hate green? First of all, geniuses pick green. Second of all, well, I am a genius, so I picked it. But second of all, green is the color of candles. You like those red candles? You want to short Bitcoin? We're going to do a video show you how to do that one day.
Well, green's the color of a lot of things. Green is the color of money, growth, life.
Envy.
A lot of good things. I was going to say all the positive
Green is the
things.
color of envy.
Yeah, greed. Yeah.
Greed and envy. Greed. Yes, greedy. So, all right, let's go ahead and somebody says they're getting no audio. I think that's probably just someone says an echo.
No, there's no echo.
Okay. Well, I saw two comments about it. That's why I said it. So, all right, and also, guys, by the way, I would like you guys to know I talked to George yesterday. I emailed George yesterday. He emailed me back. He, just so you know, like I said, me and George were totally great. Love George. He's an awesome guy. Love his channel. The stuff that happened yesterday, the chat was just spammed a little bit. So me and George are totally good with all, everything that happened. He talked to his community a little bit. So, yeah, and this is actually, JP brings this up, the Wyckoff accumulation. I understand a little bit better now what people were pointing out yesterday about that accumulation. And if you can keep it off the screen here, because I'm going to go through all these random DMs and try to find exactly where it was. Because somebody sent me yesterday, an image that showed exactly how what we're going through right now fits the accumulation. And the funny thing is, if you guys watched our Around the Blockchain show yesterday, God, this was from last night. I gotta go back way back here. Basically what happened is, yeah, here it is. Boom, there it is. Okay, I got it pulled up. What happened is we did Around the Blockchain, which, by the way, don't forget to come watch Around the Blockchain at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single day. We bring on experts from around the crypto space to talk about. They're saying this is the pure hopium shirt. Okay,
Yeah.
well.
A lot of people came back and said they liked the shirt.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it's a nice shirt.
And they said the audio was fine.
Okay, well, great. But this Wyckoff accumulation we're looking at, is very interesting stuff, especially because you can go ahead and move to Market Watch. We'll kind of weed this into there because we're a little bit behind.
I'm on Market Watch.
Oh, you are? I'm looking at the wrong screen. Perfect. How about, guys, you're 2 minutes ahead of me. We'll start calling you the 2-minute man.
Wait, 2 second. Wait. Oh, that was Tom, not Tim.
Yeah, Tom, not Tim. But anyways, guys, the point is yesterday on Around the Blockchain, we asked, where do we think the market is? Where's the market going? Well, the market is going to a positive place, we feel like, ultimately. But right now, I said yesterday I was bearish for the next 24 hours. Why did I say that? Well, I said that because the futures contracts are closing today. We traditionally see the prices drop. And then I woke up and where was Bitcoin? $36,000. I told you guys last night it would probably go down and test $36,000, and then it actually did do that. So this guy sent me this thing on Twitter, a screenshot here. He wanted me to talk about this, talking about the events and phases and the accumulation phase. And this is the price of Bitcoin since the fall started, and look how closely it's tracked this. That's insane.
Yeah. So we had an exact Wyckoff distribution phase, and then immediately following it, a Wyckoff accumulation phase.
Yeah. Now, I tell you guys what's so interesting about this. We don't have time for a traditional Wyckoff chart to play out in the long term. We just don't have that much time. A lot of people say that this takes months and months and months and months. We don't have that much time left in this bull run. Okay. We do not have that much time. What's funny is if you look here at this chart, and this is actually the 3-hour chart. This is the 3-hour chart we're looking at. It is playing off on that 3-hour chart exactly as Wyckoff predicted. So now we've actually, being at the $36,000 level, look, from when he sent me this right here to where we're at now, we're right at that exact spot. It's crazy. And it's rebounded a little bit, I think. Not that much, though. It's still at 36.8. So are we seeing this play out? Are we seeing this play out exactly? Which means that we would eventually, again, go below 30K. Now, I don't know how long all this is going to take. I mean, if this is the 3-hour chart, this means that 8 of these would be 24 hours. So 8 of them would be about from there to there. I mean, it looks like probably Sunday or Monday, this is where, what are these meme coins?
I have no
idea. I mean, like you just asked me, you said, will this random coin that no one has heard of be the last random coin that also you've never heard of? Guys, meme bubble popped. I don't know if y'all figured that out yet. So anyways, the point is, it looks like about 3 to 4 days from now would be when, according to this 3-hour chart, when we could test down below 30K again. Now, I don't want to keep following this. And if we pulled out time frames and we looked at all of these different time frames, then we might not necessarily see this match up. But on the 3-hour chart, is playing out almost perfectly. Now, the more that this gets out there in the ethos, I feel like the less likely it is to continue like this. But it did not surprise me when I woke up and we were down today. What was that last comment? And you can unpin the comment there. It says might have to alter historical timeline, Ben. Well, I mean, once again, I've said this for the entire time. I'll alter it when it's been altered. It has not been altered yet. The fact is, what we're seeing, remember this, 50% of the post-halving bull runs saw a correction this big or larger. Because there's only been 2. One saw an 83% drop in the middle. So we have nothing at this point that seems to indicate that we're not. Look, guys, we could. I'm going to give you a theoretical here. Okay, we could actually go all the way to August, going sideways, and then August and September just absolutely rip. That's possible. Okay, so until we get to September and the price of Bitcoin is at 30K, 25K, 50K, that's when we'll say, like, okay, we got to look at things differently. But what we've seen from Bitcoin time and time again when we have been comparing, somebody said mid-cycle shakeout. I believe that. I believe that 100%. I really do. But when you look back at all of these times over this entire bull run, okay, when Bitcoin or Ethereum were doing things out of order, okay, they were doing things, they weren't following along the historical timeline. Like we go back to February, March, when Ethereum, after it crushed its all-time high, it should have been moving up, and it just went stagnant for months. And that's why we had our 2,500 ETH prediction, and then it didn't hit it by the first Valentine's Day. It did by the second one. But the point is that every time that Bitcoin and Ethereum have been backed into these corners in these bull runs, they always come out swinging. And I believe in about 3 months, we're going to just look back and this is going to be a blip on our radar. Kind of like, guys, we've had a lot of crashes in this bull run so far. But it hasn't been as dramatic, obviously, as a 55% crash. But, I mean, do you guys remember the day that we watched it go from 59K to 47K? You know, I mean, do you guys remember the day that, we thought everything was bullish? I think it was probably around, that's 4-hour chart. Let me go to the daily chart. I remember this crash right here very solidly. This one in the middle of March. Like, we thought March was going to keep going up, and then we got pounded. It went from 62K all the way down to 50K.
Well, and that's one thing I've noticed with talking to people through all this stuff is the psychology of like where you got your entry makes a big difference in how much you feel the dip. So like when people bought in at 29, and then it rides all the way up to 60, they're happy, and if it corrects from 54 to 42 or even lower, like even though that's a huge correction, they don't feel it because they're in profit. As it gets closer to their profit point, the more scared they get, regardless if it's any different from stuff they've experienced in the past, kind of like you're talking about.
Yeah, and I mean, we're seeing this in the chat. I mean, we see the people who, look, if you got it at 50K, you're bitter right now.
Yeah.
You're angry right now. You feel like everything we're talking about is lies. Somebody said, I think it was Blockchain Boy. I was talking to him in a group we're in, and he said something about, like, I'm seeing a lot of the, you can feel this crash because a lot of people are, like, negative. I said, wait until the real bear market.
Right.
People want to assassinate you. You know what I mean? Like, they assassinate your character. It's not a great thing by any stretch of the imagination, but the thing is, when the actual bear market comes, we hope that we prepared you guys, that the people that have been watching this channel the whole time know it's coming. That's why this is so premature, and this is not, where we think it is. And also, guys, by the way, it says, good thing TJ can talk to humans.
I don't know what that means.
What does that mean? I don't know. Somebody said, okay. People say they're getting ads mid-show. That's weird.
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, I know you mentioned it on Instagram the other day. Might as well mention it again. We do not have any association with Bitcoin arbitrage. We cannot get that ad to not run at the bottom of all these videos. Ryan was telling me, literally, it's up there the entire time we live stream, right underneath the video.
Unbelievable.
We've sent request after request. We pay people to reach out to YouTube on our behalf to try to get this taken care of, and they just
don't care
about it. They don't care.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But okay, so let's check out. Remind me after we're done to talk about ads.
Got it.
About that, I want to have a conversation about that. Okay, all right. Stop shilling meme coins. Stop it, please, for the love of the Lord. Okay, so let's go ahead. Just really quickly look at the markets. Market cap coming at 1.6 trillion. 24-hour, 150 billion. Bitcoin dominance back up to 43%. Told you guys it would get a bump up, and it has gotten that.
One thing interesting I noticed, it's a little different on CoinMarketCap, but on CoinGecko, Bitcoin and Ethereum had exactly the same 24-hour volume.
Wow. That's pretty crazy.
They had them both at 42 billion, I believe.
Yeah, and I'm going to be doing a video next week that will really explain to you guys why I think Ethereum is going to pass Bitcoin in this cycle. I do believe it.
I love it.
But the interesting thing is, it doesn't affect my price targets at all. But I'm going to tell you guys how that'll happen, so very interesting. But right now we got Bitcoin coming in 36.6, Ethereum at 25, Cardano down 10% today, back down to $1.55. Binance Coin hovering back around $3 or $300, 330. XRP down 10%. Everything got crushed today because Bitcoin went from 40K all the way down 36, and we'll be looking at that a little bit more in a second. So moving on to the Bitcoin chart here. Looking at market Cipher on the daily chart, we did get our large green dot the other day. And the interesting thing is, ever since we got this green dot, which closed right here at 37.3, it's been sideways. But guys, we're seeing something in the chart develop pretty interesting on the daily chart. I had already pointed out to you guys that we do have the, so we had the large green dot on market Cipher. And just a reminder before we get too much into this, you guys can go to bitboycrypto.com/deals. We actually are going to be doing a ByBit tutorial this weekend for people that want to know how to short. I don't short in a bull market. I think we're still in a bull market, but if we are heading to a bear market, then people need to be prepared to know how to do that, because people shorting the market, like retail investors shorting the market, you're not going to affect the price. It's much bigger people in whales. Then you want to swim with the whales, not against them. That's the best thing that you can do. But make sure you guys sign up for ByBit to get prepared for that, and also for FeeMex. No VPN required for FeeMex. We're getting a lot of people sign up over there. We like FeeMex as well, but ByBit obviously is our main place that we trade. So we're going to try to get a little bit more back to trading here in the future weeks, because I feel like it's getting to be a pretty good time very soon. I'm not quite ready yet. I got to give it to that guy. That's pretty funny. I'm not gonna honor.
You can say his name. Thanks for that super chat.
Yeah, thanks Zoom Dust.
Yeah,
I
Zoom
think
Dust.
that's pretty funny. I'll give it to you. So if you guys want to sign up, do that. Now let's come at and let's look at the charts here. Okay, we have the green dot at the bottom of Market Cipher, which you can of course also get access. We're doing full reviews on all these on the website soon. But what I'm looking at on the daily, we do know that we've seen that we're oversold right now, which means that the price is undervalued compared to which one it is. Ben, each cycle gets longer each time. Benjamin Cowan can explain it. Wrong. You're 100% wrong on that. That's not true. It doesn't matter how long it is. What matters is the percentage of the bull run. That's irrelevant, the amount of weeks. And I don't know if that's true or not. If he says it is, but it's the ratio. It's the golden bull ratio. So it doesn't matter if it's 100 weeks or if it's 150 weeks. 49%, so far what we've seen, 49% of the bull run is from the bottom to the halving. 51% of it is from the halving to the top of the market. So when we're working with percentages, it doesn't matter how long it is. We already know that first portion of that. So we can do that math and figure out the second portion of it. So that's how that is. I'm not saying he's wrong per se on actual, saying that the weeks are longer. But I mean, we could pull up that chart and look at it, but we've looked at it a million times. We're going off the ratio. So if that makes sense, the ratio is what gets us to September. It's not the actual number of weeks of the entire cycle. Okay. All right. So back to this. Here's what I see developing. We got a low here. We got a higher low here. And we got a higher low here. Okay. When you see higher lows, that means you're starting on an uptrend. The problem is we are still having problems getting up into this EMA band right here, getting up into this EMA ribbon. That's JV, that's pretty funny. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that's funny or not. Sorry. I think right now what we're seeing with Bitcoin is we are seeing it start its way on an uptrend. I don't know, and this is where the Wyckoff stuff gets a little wonky, because if we come back here and you look at the accumulation on the 3-hour chart, it makes total sense. But when you come here and you look at the daily chart, it doesn't make sense. And the Wyckoff distribution that everybody was looking at, that played out on the 4-hour chart. So we're looking at different time frames, and we're just trying to find anything that will fit into those charts. 3-hour does fit into it. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and remove those things. So that's what's going on with Bitcoin. In my opinion, it looks like we are moving up. We've obviously today at 4 to 5 o'clock, we could see We could see the prices drop again due to the futures contract stuff. I don't think we're going to get another dramatic drop, but we could. But I don't see it happening. And so let's move on and talk about Ethereum for a little bit here. Look at Ethereum. Ethereum obviously has been oversold for quite some time now. We do know that here on the 4-hour chart, we've got some manipulation to the downside with Ethereum. We got a lot more Ethereum stories to look at here pretty soon. But it looks like after we had the dramatic drop, we went all the way back up to about 2,900, and now we are back at 25.5. Now, I was actually looking at this morning with Market Cipher, and what you guys will see is that right now, the band for the downward momentum right here is very thick on the momentum wave. That's not great. That tends to mean that there is more to come. But what you are seeing is you are seeing it thin out a little bit, like right here. Well, that's terrible. Right down here at the bottom, you're seeing it thin out a little bit. Like, see that space right there. Why do I try? Why do I try with this? I just want to color the whole thing at this point because I'm so pissed at it. What?
Now you did it.
What? It's still drawing down here. What? I'm making spaghetti? Come on, guys. I'm retiring from drawing on TradingView. But anyways, look, guys. Once again on the 4-hour for Ethereum, we've had a green dot here, we had a green dot here, and then we've had nothing but downward momentum here. That's why I'm a little surprised we didn't get another yellow X here, meaning whale manipulation. So whale manipulation is a thing. I know there is quite a bit of disagreement in the crypto and the TA community on whether or not whale manipulation exists. Some people will tell you, I think Crypto Jeb is one. He says it's just part of the market. There's not really manipulation. That's just what happens. People buy and they sell. And I understand that. But when things are coordinated with the media, which we've seen over and over and over again, that to me is what reeks of coordination and manipulation. So, all right. So, looking at the money wave here on the daily, it did just, as you saw what happened yesterday, we had talked about how this money wave was kind of going like this, but look what happened. Let me zoom in on this pretty good here. What you guys can see is it was rounding off, but then we had this massive dump today, and now it's back on the way down. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. TJ, how many people we have watching right now?
Let's see. I got to switch back. About 16,000 with about 3,000 likes.
Did we hit 10,000? We didn't hit 10,000 likes yesterday, did we?
We were just short.
Guys, let's try it every day. Let's make it our goal to get 10,000 likes. Just 10,000. No more. I don't care. We got 100,000 people in here. Let's get 10,000. Easy. So if you could do us a favor, stop what you're doing. Hit the like button. So you like the video. It shows it to more people. And then if you're on mobile, all you got to do is X out of the live chat, hit the like button, and then hit the live chat icon again, and you're right back. You won't miss anything, I promise. So let's look at the daily chart for Ethereum, see if there's anything here we can find. On the daily chart, you guys know we did get the green dot. I told you guys it's moving over. We kind of saw the same thing with Bitcoin. The money flow on the daily is much thinner, as you guys can see here. It looks like we're on an upward move. So as we know, Fridays are the most people are telling me to talk about Telcoin. Do you know anything about Telcoin at all?
I mean, nothing new. We did a video about what it was when it kind of came up and got a lot of hype. There's a lot of
we talked about it on the live stream briefly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of big money.
I wonder if we should do a
it.
video on it.
I think it's an interesting project. They're actually trying to solve for issues, actually really trying to help people that are unbanked, which is pretty cool.
This is the wrong chart. I'm on the, there we go. I was on the wrong chart. Okay. But yeah, they're helping with banks. Isn't it do they have a deal with Signal, a mobile company or something?
Yes, they do.
That is them, right?
Yes.
And Line, I think, is another one.
Yeah, they're working with a lot of big, like you said, cell phone carriers in I think it's Asia and Africa and some of those places. So
yeah, that's right. So I do remember.
It's
Maybe we should do a full video on it. I think a lot of people are interested in it.
It's a great project, legitimate, hardworking. They did a lot of good work through the bear market. I actually knew somebody who was part of their community support at one point. Yeah.
Guys, I was on the wrong chart. I was on the wrong chart. I was on the Bitcoin chart. This is the Ethereum chart. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how I got this one on Bitcoin over here.
Must have been Mr. Schmeeds.
Must have been Mr. Schmeeds. Why did you do that? So, all right, well, let's go ahead and move on. I mean, the long and short of it is we know Ethereum, and we're going to talk a little bit more about Ethereum here in a minute. Thank you, Kenneth. Thank you for that. We need a phrase. What is our phrase?
For the BitSquad?
Yeah.
Let's think about that.
Now, this is what I've always wondered. I actually created it, but this is what I've always wondered. Is it Bit Squad or is it Bits Quad? Because, I mean, we were squatting over 400 yesterday, so my quads are getting pretty solid.
Bit Squad.
Oh, right. Okay, it is Bit Squad.
Thank you,
TJ.
You're welcome.
Thank you for clarification. All right, let's go to Cardano here. Cardano begins countdown to smart contracts with Alonzo testnet. We've been talking about this story just a little bit in the last couple of days. The Alonzo testnet marks the start of the network's smart contract rollout, culminating in an August launch. Tomorrow, we have a big video. We moved it because we have the Moon on It 3 today to talk about, I wanted to say urgent, but I think after we were late today, I can't say the word urgent anymore. To talk about Ethereum, to talk about what's going on with the TA for Ethereum, and he's got a price target on where he thinks it could rebound to in a very short order. So definitely pretty interesting. You're going to want to come back at 3 and then, of course, come back at 5 for around the blockchain. But I've got a big video for you guys tomorrow at 3 about Cardano. You guys are definitely going to want to come and listen to why I bought 1 million Cardano. That's the question. Why did I buy 1 million Cardano? I'm going to be talking to you guys about that.
Or ADA, yeah.
Why I bought 1 million ADA. I mean, they're interchangeable. It's like saying coin or token. Only about 6% of us actually know the difference. But there is a difference. So there is a difference between the token, which is ADA, or the coin, which is ADA, now that's on its mainnet. And then, of course, Cardano is the project. But most people understand they're interchangeable. So.
Well, I just feel like when you add the token, like you bought 1 million ADA, not $1 million worth of Cardano, even though it worked out that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it's much more than that now.
Right.
Well, yeah. ADA is a coin, though. It's not a token, right? Coin has its own mainnet. Token is built on something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it should be a coin, not a token. Sorry, I had to school you. You tried to school me, I schooled you right back. Biddy up. I like that.
Yeah.
Biddy up. All right. Alonzo testnet marks the start of the network smart contract rollout, culminating in August. IOHK has started rolling out the testnet for Cardano's Alonzo upgrade. Testnet will introduce smart contracts to Cardano, enabling it to compete with Ethereum, Binance, and others. Cardano developer IOHK has started rolling out the infrastructure to introduce smart contracts to the blockchain platform, bring it nearer to the functionality enjoyed by rival Ethereum. This is like Tom Brady going back to play the Patriots. You know, that's what Cardano versus Ethereum is. Would that make Charles? I don't know. Tom Brady? Is Charles Tom Brady?
I guess he would be in that scenario.
We're going to talk about Tom Brady today, actually. Yeah. Today, we are delighted to report we've successfully spun up the first testnet in our Alonzo rollout. I don't know why I hit that button. We already know that's the coding. We know you guys don't care about that stuff. It's named after mathematician and theoretical computer scientist Alonzo Church. Is the first part of a series of upgrades that are expected to bring full smart contract functionality to the blockchain by the end of August. And for you layman people, for you guys that are newer to crypto, basically, just read this comment. They said, whale manipulation is BitBoy trying to get an extra biscuit at KFC.
Well, don't use my name like that.
Wow.
Ouch.
Okay. Sorry, Colonel. Bit please. I like that. That's a good one too.
Eddie Parrott in the house.
Oh, that was Eddie Parrott?
Yeah.
That's funny. So here's what this means, okay? You guys know how Ethereum has DeFi. It's got dApps. There's Uniswap. There's decentralized exchanges. There are games built on Ethereum, collectible games, NFTs. Can't do any of that on Cardano right now because there's no ecosystem because they don't have smart contracts enabled. So once the smart contracts get enabled, that means this ecosystem can fill up. That's why we're so big on CardStarter. We love CardStarter because they got big projects that are launching. A lot of these projects are actually on Ethereum that are getting launched right now. But as Cardano gets fully developed and the smart contracts get released, now these projects move to Cardano, kind of like a lot of the Polkadot IDOs. Right. They're not on Polkadot. They're on Ethereum, but they're moving to Polkadot when the parachains are enabled.
And that's what, is there stuff in that article about Marlowe's playground?
I think it's the next one, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
It's the next one.
It might be. Because that's basically what that is. That's what they're using to port all those projects from Ethereum.
Yeah, so this is what he's talking about. What is Marlowe? So what Marlowe is it is like a playground. They call it a playground for people to develop in. It is a suite of tools to enable the execution of smart contracts on the Cardano blockchain. And it's meant to be very easy, right? That Cardano's whole entire play is they say they're not looking at Bitcoin, they're not looking at Ethereum, they're looking at Google. They want to become something that's so beginner friendly when it comes to development that anybody that's in the ocean of computer or web developers can port anything they're doing over to Cardano, whereas Ethereum is so niched because it uses the Solidity programming language that they only have a small amount of developers. They've got the most amount of developers in crypto. But Cardano is going after the developers that are outside of crypto, and that's why they say they are the ocean and Ethereum is the pond. They said Celsius Network is about to switch over to run Cardano. We know Somi is about to do the same thing.
Yeah, a lot of projects.
I'm telling you guys, that's why, it's very interesting when you start looking ADA or DOT who wins. I mean, I'm going Cardano all day. I'm going Cardano all day over DOT. I like Polkadot, but I do think that Charles's muscles in the black shirt by the garden are going to overtake Gavin in his bad haircut. I'll just be honest with you guys. Like, look, gosh, I'm going to get myself in trouble here. I like Polkadot. I do. I have over $1 million worth of Polkadot. I think Polkadot is going to be a very good ecosystem. There's a lot of IDOs that have launched on it that are very great. But there's some stuff I don't like about the people that run it. And some stuff that goes on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about. You want to talk about these venture capital people that are dumping tokens left and right, that are crushing projects. And you start doing some webs and some circles, and you start figuring out Mr. Haircut himself is right in the middle of all of it. So for that reason, I'm going to go with Cardano, who I know Charles is an honest guy. I know he's transparent. I know he's authentic. And I know he means what he says, okay? Other guy, I don't know. I mean, maybe that haircut just sends y'all some vibes. But look, there's a crypto cartel out there that exists, and he's right in the middle of all of it. So there's one called Mega Cartel. There's another one called Moloch Cartel. You guys start looking at all this stuff. There's a lot of weird stuff out there, and I'll tell you, they all circle back to addresses that are related to him. So that's what I'll say. There's one thing I like to do on this channel is ruffle feathers. Yeah. I know for the average person watching this that you're like, what does any of that mean? Start looking into it. CoinGecko's involved in all of it too. So, look, CoinGecko's a great site, but I'm just saying you want to know where all of this manipulation is coming from? You want to know the big wallets, the big addresses, the big people that are involved in all of this underhanded stuff that happens in crypto? I'm just telling you. A lot of commonality with people behind DOT. So.
Yeah. But James Ballard, thanks for that super chat. He said Cody, Bonley, and Euro. Yeah, those are all strong projects launching on Cardano. We're invested in all of them, I think.
Yep. Yeah. What? But how did you get a super chat through if it's hard to send a super chat?
So, guys, just so you know, with these super chats, because we hear this almost every day, and we want to make it as easy as possible, but we also want to make it tough on the scammers. So anything with numbers in it, you're not going to be able to super chat because we've got so many filters to try to block the WhatsApp phone numbers that they put in the comments. It's going to keep it out of the chat. So just keep that in mind if you're trying to.
Yeah, and so we're actually working on getting some manual comment approvers that can, like for our regular videos, comments that should go through that aren't going through because of our filters. We're going to have people working on doing that manually. Guys, no, we spend thousands of dollars a month trying to protect you guys, for sure. But it's so better for us to... Like, it would be easier for us not to pay that money and just let the scammers run free. But we're not going to do that. We want to protect you guys. And so we understand there is some comments that try to get through that are good, legitimate comments, and you get caught up in that for whatever you get called out for, or for whatever you're trying to do. But we're trying to protect everybody. Someone says I should call out her, that person.
Let's not.
I did. I've definitely talked about her haircut before. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
And another thing, just so you guys, if you're trying to get stuff through, we know, like, if you have profile images that are related to, like, that are a BitBoy logo or a BitSquad or one of our NFTs, that could cause a problem too, because obviously the scammers try to make their profile look like it's ours.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of people are banned from commenting due to stuff like that. So, all right, here. Are we good?
You're good. Just keep going.
All right, so here we go. Vitalik doubles down on proof of stake. It could solve Bitcoin's problems. And I've discussed this with you guys many times before, which is I believe that Bitcoin eventually could switch over to proof of stake. The Bitcoin people are against it. I talked to a maximalist this week. He's very against it. But competitors are milking Elon Musk's teats. Oh, it's misconceptions, actually. Sorry. I misread that because it was so small. I thought it said milking Elon Musk's teats. You guys know I did say yesterday that he has a savior complex, and I've been thinking more about that comment. I just kind of said offhand, I think it's true. Like, what's he trying to do with SpaceX? Save humanity? Lag? Is there we're lagging?
It is. I don't know
what's wrong.
I don't know, but the audio seems like it's holding through. Like, there's definitely an issue with vMix and YouTube right now.
Wow.
But I mean, the audio is holding. The visual of the screen seems like it's working. Where you're lagging is just the video on your camera is the only thing that seems to be lagging. So just keep going.
You should take me off then.
Well, I mean,
you just put it. Do we have anything we put down there?
Not on the fly right this minute.
We can't.
Just keep going.
All right. Well, I'll keep talking then. But anyways, Elon Musk's misconceptions about Bitcoin energy consumption for all they're worth. The general public and legacy media won't shut up about this previously resolved can of worms. And when Vitalik Buterin, co-founder of Ethereum, received the question, he didn't hesitate. Fortune quotes, Buterin going all in for proof of stake and consensus mechanism of choice, obviously his mechanism of choice. He said that they thought it would take 1 year to implement, and this goes back to 2018, goes back to 2000, oh, this is much better. Well, that was good when it was blacked out.
Okay.
Yeah. We thought it would take 1 year to implement proof of stake, but it actually has taken around 6 years due to the complexity of building such a model. And we know this because back in the day, Vitalik said, hey, this is going to get launched soon, and it didn't even come close to launching. So it says, under proof of work consensus mechanism, the miners compete by solving complex cryptographic puzzles, and the winner gets to validate a block of transactions and add it to the blockchain. This generates decentralization as it doesn't need a central authority to decide who gets to validate each block. Now, here's the real question. Is proof of stake bad for the environment? It says, does it guarantee the security of the network like proof of work? And it doesn't. It gives an unfair advantage to the rich and famous. Guys, I'm sorry. I get advantages in life. I'm really sorry. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. Just like almost everything else in the world we're living in, plus, it gives crypto exchanges and the large custodians the possibility of taking over in the network. And I kind of think about what happened with CryptoFace says, where am I? You're right there. I kind of think about what went on with I lost my train of thought here. CryptoFace threw me off so big, so much. We have more news, though. We have Wisdom filing for an Ethereum ETF in the United States less than a month after VanEck filed documents with the SEC to launch Ethereum ETF. Wisdom Tree has done the same. So we're seeing more and more people start to decide they want to go in on the institutional side of Ethereum. This is something that we've been telling you guys for a long time was going to happen. They're telling Elron to stop messing stuff up. Elron!
Mr. Schmeeds.
Mr. Schmeeds. So anyways, we're seeing more and more of this institutional money. I told you guys this all year, that this was going to happen. That the institutional money is flowing to Ethereum, and we know the London hard fork is coming. YouTube Yellow X on Market Cipher. Is there a new Yellow X somewhere? I don't know. But anyways, I told you guys all this year that we were going to see more and more of this institutional money coming in, okay? Because Bitcoin, the best opportunity is already gone. I mean, really, you could say for Ethereum, the best opportunity is already gone as well, considering the fact that Ethereum launched, I think, at about 30 cents, and right now it's where it is, well over, what is 30 cents to $3,000? Is that a 10,000x, 10,000% increase? It's a big increase. And so these institutions are wanting to take advantage of kind of the similar run-up that Bitcoin had with Ethereum. And plus, they're starting to realize that they're missing out on Ethereum. Or they're missing out on the opportunity to get Bitcoin, is what I meant to say, due to the scarcity and the rarity of Bitcoin going more and more in the downward direction. There's more and more, people wanting to get in on it. Michael Saylor obviously has been bumping it out. Numeraire, they had to move out Numeraire because of the filter. That's so weird. Do you see that super chat, TJ, about Numeraire? That's interesting. They had to space it out to get it through. Numeraire isn't even a word in our filter. That's weird. So, anyways, guys, I think when it comes to Ethereum and the institutional side of things, we're going to see more and more of these stories. It says, according to a recent filing, the organization plans to release an ETF following the performance of the second largest crypto. Should the application approve, the ETF shares will be listed on the BZX exchange, operated by the Chicago Board's Options Exchange. These guys, man. I thought it was like going to be something like mean or, but it was just another meme coin. Wisdom Tree Digital Commodity Service will be the sponsor of the trust. And just so everybody knows, if you've just joined, we're having some problems with the camera. So yeah, I am getting a little flustered. You are correct, because we've had so many problems today. So, but appreciate all of you guys that have stuck through the stream. Yeah, and yes, I would smash Mayweather. Thank you, guys. That would be in a boxing match. Wisdom Tree's filing comes less than a month after Van Eck did the same. As reported early in May, the global investment manager's attempt came amid Ethereum's significant dollar appreciation in 2021. So we're just seeing Ethereum really get a lot more momentum. There are so many people now talking about is Ethereum going to eventually pass Bitcoin in market cap. I have a really large video coming out for you guys next week where we will be examining this in detail. I'm going to be giving you guys numbers. We're going to be looking at exactly what we expect to occur. And like I said earlier, I am making the bold prediction that I do believe that Ethereum will pass Bitcoin in the cycle. I have never said that before. I've never made that proclamation. And I'm going to be telling you guys all the reasons why. And would that make you happy? Like, do you guys think, if you guys want Bitcoin to get passed by Ethereum, I want you guys to put hashtag ETHGang. If you guys want Bitcoin to stay on top, just hashtag Maxi. You guys put that in there. Yeah, we're trying to fix the, okay, all right. I always want to keep talking. Oh, I'm back. Wow. I tell you guys what. There's a reason why other people don't do complicated live streaming like us. Because it's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Especially when you're live.
Especially when you're live. But, guys, we appreciate everybody. Look at all the ethies. We got a lot of ETH gang in here. We don't have a lot of maxis watching the channel. That doesn't shock me. All right, so let's look at this. Bitcoin tumbles to 36K as ARC's Kathy Wood addresses Bitcoin regulatory fears. Are they trying to tie this to her comments? It's pretty funny. Flagship crypto faces a higher profit-taking sentiment, and this, of course, is brought to you by the Russian mafia. The flagship cryptocurrency faces a higher profit-taking sentiment near its 200-day simple moving average. Bitcoin's quick run-up above 40K during the early New York trading session, Thursday, lost momentum as traders decided to secure short-term profits. The benchmark crypto shed up to 12% after topping out at $40,400 on Coinbase. It reached an intraday low of $36,410 ahead of the London opening bell on Friday, showcasing upside resilience among traders near the $40,000 level. here's where we get into some of the regulatory concerns. And guys, this is just so laughable. Like, this just continues to amaze me that people think that we're getting some kind of tough crypto regulations anytime soon. Once again, we'll go back to what we talked about a couple weeks ago. They can't even decide who's in charge of it.
Yeah.
If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, then you're not looking closely enough. SEC, the CFTC, the Treasury, the IRS, nobody knows who the frick is in charge of this.
But they all want to be in charge of it, so they're going to fight each other.
They're fighting each other, and you guys know when mommy and daddy fights, you get better presents when they split up.
Oh, I was going to say nobody wins.
Oh, no, that's what I meant to say. Nobody wins. I don't know. That may have been a bad taste joke. I don't know. I'm sorry if you have broken family. But I was just trying to make a joke, guys. I mean, because, sorry. It may have been too far. Concerns about stricter crypto market regulations have created headwinds for an otherwise choppy but solid Bitcoin price recovery. In retrospect, the exchange rate had crashed at 30K on May 19th. We already knew that after news of China's ban on crypto transactions at the wire. So they had this tweet here, which, by the way, guys, I forgot to say this because we were looking at this earlier. Let me just, there you go. Let me make sure, okay. All right. You guys make sure you are following me on Twitter. We just hit, or we're about to hit 399 we're at 399K. We're about to hit 400,000. Why do people say I'm speaking Spanish?
That was Crypto Face. I love his chats. So when you were just audio and we were having issues, he was in there chatting saying, "Oh, now the audio is coming through in Spanish."
Es muy cómico.
Yeah, he's
Crypto
a funny
Face.
guy. I can't wait till we have him on Around the Blockchain.
¿Cómo se dice Crypto Face en español? No sé.
No
entiendo.
Yeah, look at that.
How about
Pretty
that?
good.
Hey. Guys, I might know a little Spanish. Should we do a Spanish-speaking channel?
I think I know somebody who can.
I actually know the greatest non-native Spanish speaker in the history of the world. His name is Quinn.
Wow.
Okay, shout out to Quinn. Used to do videos with him. Love that guy. Okay, so back to the story here. We talked about this, the regulation. Kathy Woodson says, speaking of the Consensus 2021 conference earlier this week, which I still think it's so funny that nobody even knew this was going on. And it just shows, like, the joke. CryptoFace is coming on Around the Blockchain soon, by the way.
That's easy. He got his super chat through.
He did. He got it through. Wow.
All right.
Why don't you go work for CryptoFace? I'm still pissed at CryptoFace, by the way. I love him, but I'm still pissed at him.
Why?
For because he sold the top.
And he laughed at us all.
Sell in May, walk away. Now, CryptoFace, I believe in crypto for the long term. Sell it all. That's what he said. He didn't say it just like that, but no,
Pretty
we love
close.
CF. All right, so anyways, I didn't even know Consensus was going on, but apparently it was. The celebrated tech investor Kathy Wood said it's impossible to shut down cryptos, reiterating her views that regulators would eventually need to wrap their minds around blockchain assets, using our terminology. How about that, Miss Wood? Would you give me some credit? Sorry, that was a dad joke. I think the competitive dynamic in the rest of the world is helping us in the U.S. I think it's been good, said in an interview. However, she said, this auditing of what miners, certainly in North America, are willing to do around how much of their electricity usage generated by renewables is going to bring that topic into stark relief and will encourage an acceleration. Remember what we've been telling you about Elon Musk's master plan, I believe. Will encourage an acceleration in the adoption of renewables beyond which otherwise would have taken place. Look, guys, this environment is going to be a bigger and bigger topic as time goes on. And, is Elon Musk positioning himself for Tesla to become the premier miner of Bitcoin? I got to say, I think it is. Now, here's another story real quick. Bitcoin rejected sharply from 40K. It's 30K retest coming. And this basically shows a head and shoulders pattern where we dip down. We've got the key support levels. We already know what these are. We're actually hovering right at one of these right now. We're stuck. We can't get over 40,000. That seems to be the big thing that we're bumping up against. But the interesting thing is, when we're looking at 30K, a retest of 30K is exactly what that 3-hour Wyckoff accumulation chart shows. So, and like I said, if it did happen, that would be on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Ooh, interesting, actually. You know what I'm thinking about here? TJ, I was thinking that actually looked like it would carry on into Monday. What do we not have on Monday?
I mean, it's not a business work day.
That's
technically.
right.
Yeah, it's a holiday.
It's a holiday, so that means that kind of the weekend, right? We know the weekend's always very volatile. That extends into Monday. So very interesting.
Banks are all closed too, so it's a lot of that institutional money will probably be on taking the day off.
Oh my gosh, BitBoy crypto in Spanish is. I don't think I'm allowed. I'm literally not allowed to read that word. So it's against the law for me to do that right now. Yeah, I'll reach out to Tyler S. By the way,
Yeah,
I'll reach out to him. We're getting a lot of requests. I told y'all before he's my favorite YouTuber. So haven't been watching him a lot lately because I haven't had time to be watching videos. But definitely, pretty good guy. I like watching his videos. He's very funny. All right, so Uniswap likely to expand to Ethereum scaling solution Arbitrum. So how about that? What would this do? If a snapshot poll passes, Uniswap will deploy on the Ethereum scaling solution Arbitrum. The poll is overwhelmingly in favor of the deployment, and the Uniswap team has already started preparing for it. Somebody said, check out the momentum wave on the I'll check it out. On the 3-day chart, let's see, day 3, add, okay, there it is. Check out what it says here. Oh, so we on the 3-day chart, look at this. Whoa. Look at that. That is very good. Good call on that. This is way more important than Uniswap. This is the 3-day chart. Now, obviously, the week chart is 7 days. The 1-day chart is 1 day. But we got back here. We got in the large green dot on market Cipher. But we haven't seen it really move. We've seen it go kind of sideways. A small uptrend. Why would someone try to pronounce that? But if you click on the weekly chart, this is so interesting. Like, look at this. On the weekly chart, we're not even negative really yet. But on the 3-day chart, we're about to get a green dot, it looks like today or tomorrow. That's super interesting. We'll have to see what happens there. But that's a good call on pointing that out there, that super chat.
You know what else is interesting? If we got a 3-day or a green dot on the 3-day tomorrow, it would take 3 days to confirm, right?
Yeah.
And then where are we again?
Well, I don't know, actually. I don't know what day it is.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, it's Friday.
Right, but you don't know if
I don't know what day this ends on. Well, it says May 28th. May 25th. What's today? The 28th?
28th.
So this just printed today. So I think you're right. If we did get one,
it would confirm on the 31st.
Wow, that is pretty interesting.
Which is Monday.
Yeah, which is Monday.
And then we're also at the start of a new month, last month of the quarter. Looking pretty bullish.
Pretty bullish. Tuesday's June 1st.
Yep.
Let's see what happens. Yeah, interesting. All right, so back to the Uniswap story. A team behind the DEX, Uniswap, is preparing to deploy the exchange on the upcoming Ethereum scaling solution, Arbitrum. I don't know anything about Arbitrum. Has it already launched as a coin? No, it has not. That's interesting. I don't even know what this is. Crypto. It's on Chainlink, partnered with it. Big surprise. Chainlink actually called, and they want to partner with ADA.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. They should partner with everybody based on the way they're designed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you think she's going to go along with it?
Oh, the puppy.
Oh, the puppy. Yeah. Oh, I think they're already partnered. They're partnered with everybody. They're already partnered with Cardano. They want to partner with your dog.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see what they're offering.
We love Chainlink. We love Chainlink. Okay, so it's launching on Friday. So it launches today. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
And Uniswap is talking about moving over there
today.
Yeah, today. So it runs on Ethereum. It's often plagued by high gas fees. Right now, swap. So, and this is why we told you guys that Ethereum Layer 2 solutions are so big, and that's why we're an advisor for Cartesi, but we really believe Cartesi, Polygon, we really believe in these projects. They're going to make Ethereum things faster, better. So these are really, really huge. It says if Uniswap deploys on Arbitrum, it will provide a way for DEX users to swap Ethereum-based tokens at a much lower cost. It will help Ethereum stay competitive against high-throughput blockchains, such as Binance Smart Chain, which have seen volumes increase in recent months, as well as side chains on Polygon. So very, very interesting stuff. You know, due to the fact that, I mean, these gas fees kill everybody. People do not like the gas fees. They're extremely high. Somebody said technology. Am I right?
Yeah.
Did I popularize am I right? Spelled that way? I hope I did.
No.
Speaking of Chainlink, do you remember that that tweet that you sent me
Which one?
last night about the top 10 coins?
Yeah. Was that last night? Yeah.
Or this morning one?
It was just somebody's list that had a pretty solid list that I kind of agreed with.
I mean, we own almost all those coins, so I
Yeah.
liked it. Were they saying Bitcoin was number 10, or was that it? No, not in order, because it was the
No.
last one.
I didn't even notice. I think they were just given their list. I don't know if
Yeah.
it was how they picked the
At
order.
first, I thought Bitcoin wasn't on it.
Yeah.
And then I got to the very bottom. I was like, oh, there it is. So, okay, all right, let's talk about Wanchain here. Wanchain, another partner of ours. So they asked us to tell you guys about this. Wanchain, you know, we're talking about Ethereum, scaling solutions, ETH 2.0. We're talking about all this supposed to lower gas fees. Well, the whole thing is we've got to have more interoperability in crypto for cheaper prices, and that's what Wanchain kind of specializes in. And now they've launched a new dApp on Wanchain to bypass exactly what we were just talking about, cross-chain transaction fees. Why are so many people asking me about TrueBit, by the way?
No idea.
Do you know what TrueBit is? It's an exchange.
Okay.
I don't know. Does it, like, I've seen several people mention, like, is there news going on about it right now? I wonder. I don't look into that. This is called Introducing Instant Cross. This is from One Labs. There's a good joke there, but I'm going to leave it alone.
Yeah, especially today.
Especially today. Wanchain's mission is to drive blockchain adoption through interoperability by building fully decentralized bridges that connect the world's many siloed, nice word, siloed blockchain networks. Because that's what I was trying to explain to somebody the other day, because I was actually having this conversation with people like, what is this about? Like, why is interoperability, you know, so important? Well, it's because these blockchains, they build vertically. They build like a silo. But the problem is they need to get their hay from silo to silo, and there's no way to connect them. And so that's what Wanchain specializes in. However, decentralized direct bridges between isolated chains are, by their very nature, bound to their origin and destination chains. Crossing these bridges triggers transactions on both ends. Somebody said Sunday Swap airdrop legit. I do not know. I've been seeing Sunday Swap mentioned a good bit. I just want to point out, always be skeptical of airdrops. That will do you a big favor. You should approach them like they're scams, no matter what they are. And then hopefully, if you figure out all you have to do is get a public address and you've got, you know, they're not asking for a signature, they're not asking for private key information, they're not doing any stuff, you know, getting passwords, keyloggers, all that stuff, then great. If you get it, you get it. But I think a good way to approach airdrops is they're all scams. They're not all scams, but you should not trust them.
And if it's connecting a wallet, try to use a new wallet with no funds in there. Because I'm pretty sure it's basically like Uniswap is what they're offering. The Sunday Swap, isn't that the?
Like, I think it's like a Pancake Swap competitor or something.
It is, but I thought it was supposed to be for ADA or Cardano. Yeah.
Oh, it's for Cardano.
Yeah.
You get the airdrops via staking.
Yeah. So it'll be very.
Well, if you're doing it via staking, then it'll just go to your wallet, then, right?
Yeah, but you.
Okay, then in that case, you have no risk. I'm not trying to fudge Sunday Swap specifically. I'm just saying, in general, you should always be skeptical about airdrops because that's probably the number one way people get fished and hacked.
Well, and if you do have to stake, there is some risk. They're obviously locking your tokens up.
Yeah.
So check. So just be careful.
Well, you're locking your tokens, your ADA, right?
Right.
Where are you locking them at?
I would assume on Sunday Swap, just like Uniswap.
You have to put them on Sunday Swap.
Yeah.
It's just through your staking pool on Cardano.
You stake in Daedalus or your wallet.
And it's like a snapshot.
Well, we'll find out.
Okay. We'll look a little more into
We'll test it.
But
Let's
yeah.
just try it.
Yeah, sure. Let's try it. It is one I've been seeing a lot of been meaning to look into. So.
Me too.
All right, so it says crossing these bridges triggers transactions on both ends. Transactions are subject to the unique characteristics of each chain. For example, when crossing Wanchain's decentralized Ethereum, Wanchain Direct Bridge, both ETH and Wanchain smart contract transactions are required. It says Ethereum smart contracts are expensive. We already know that's when we need layer 2 solutions. Enter Instant Cross. So this is their new dApp. Instant Cross is the newest dApp to join the Wanchain ecosystem. It is semi-decentralized cross-chain solution developed independently by One Labs, the team behind One Lend. This is how it works. Rather than using smart contracts to lock in mint tokens each time a user triggers a cross-chain transaction, Instant Cross reduces the gas fees required to transfer assets cross-chain by relying on basic transactions between the wallet themselves. Makes Instant Cross especially well-suited for users who want to transfer small quantities of tokens cross-chain while minimizing fees. You know, it is really interesting when you think about it. This looks pretty cool. The Instant Cross. What's very interesting here, though, is it's Wanchain, but it seems like they're trying to connect many chains. Wanchain. Wanchain to rule them all. Okay. So thank you to Wanchain for being a partner of ours. We love Wanchain. We think they're great. So you guys check out Instant Cross. Definitely pretty big stuff. Wanchain, I'll tell you guys what. We always talk about Cartesi as like a up and cut. Like Cartesi's one that is just so undervalued. I believe that 100%. Wanchain is another one that is going to make a resurgence. It's definitely one to keep your eye on. Not financial advice, of course, but it's been around since 2018. And usually projects have been around that long that have went all the way through the bear market. They're going to be much, much better suited, for longevity purposes than ones that just came out. So somebody did not like my Wanchain joke. A couple people didn't like. Actually, many people hated that joke.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm really, really sorry about that, guys.
That's all right.
But I tell you, if you didn't cringe and you all just laughed, then what good is that?
Then you might be a dad.
NFL Superstar says he's a big believer in crypto. And I'll tell you guys, as you guys know, we're doing some stuff with Post Malone pretty soon, which is pretty cool. I'm trying not to fangirl over here because that'll make me seem like I'm not also a very famous celebrity, which I may or may not be, depending on who you ask. My kids say I'm not. By the way, yesterday it was really funny. Like my 9-year-old, he's watching TikTok over my shoulder. And it's just some dance that a couple girls are doing. Nothing weird at all. It's just like girls doing a dance. I was just what was on my feed. My son looks over my shoulder, and he looks at me. He's got a cup in his hand because he had a sore throat. So he was like drinking like some tea or something. And he looks at me, and he walks over, and he sits on the couch. And he sits down on the couch, and he looks over at me and he says, TikTok is senseless. It's just like... What a weird, like, I'm 38, my kid's 9. That should be the reverse, right? I should be walking behind, well, my kid ain't going to have a phone for a long time. But I should be looking and saying, what are you kids, what are y'all doing? But instead, the roles were reversed. I thought that was funny. That was really funny. But who knows? The point of me saying the Post Malone thing was, how long is it before we get Tom Brady on the channel? Tom Brady's got to come on my channel, right?
We'll get there.
If he's a big believer in crypto, and what is more peak than Tom Brady? Literally nothing, I think, right?
I guess it depends. I mean, some people might say Post Malone, but it probably just depends on the audience.
Well, Post Malone ain't been doing it for 20 plus years. I mean, Tom Brady's been the peak of his sport forever. I love Post Malone, don't get me wrong. But anyways, during a pre-recorded interview aired during CoinDesk's.
Good Lord. Every day.
Every day. Consensus 2021 conference, superstar quarterback Tom Brady revealed he's having conversations about crypto basically every day. That's his exact quote right there. Basically every day, which once again proves, I mean, Tom, you can come on the show, but I do it literally every day. So I'm just saying. In our quarterback room, one of my coaches has been on it for 8 months or for 8-9 months. So we talk about it basically every day, the prices of the different tokens, how the space is doing. In case there were any doubts, Brady clarified that he had definitely invested in crypto. He also called himself a big believer. What? Why would they? Is this a crypto today? I guess they have stuff other than just, no, it's all crypto. Why are they calling Bitcoin a newfangled asset class?
Maybe he said that and they just didn't use the quote.
No, I doubt he said that. I know Brady, and he would not say newfangled. I'm sorry. He just wouldn't say it. Is reported by Today, Brady added laser eyes to his Twitter profile. Well, laser eyes is boomer stuff. It does lend itself to saying newfangled. Yeah. To his Twitter profile in a show of support for Bitcoin, which ironically happened right on the verge of a massive crypto crash. In April, the 5-time Super Bowl champion also launched his NFT platform called Autograph. Now, I got some super secret stuff I can't tell you about. I'd love to tell you about it, but just saying, Brady, watch out. Watch out, Brady. We may be coming for you. But I think that this is a big story, guys. I mean, I've said this many times before. I believe probably, and this may be wrong now, but for me, I would say that Tom Brady is probably the most idolized man in America, right? What man wouldn't want to be the greatest NFL quarterback of all time that constantly wins Super Bowls, that actually went from his former team that everybody thought was a secret to his success to a new team and won the Super Bowl the first year?
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
You can't get more pinnacle than Brady. You just can't. I'm sorry.
Maybe when we interview him, we'll start building that relationship, get him to do some front office work when we own the Falcons.
Yeah, well, maybe he wants to go in with us.
Yeah.
And maybe somebody else who may be interested. Just saying. So we'll see what happens. I mean, maybe this is a match. Maybe, God, wouldn't it be great? Well, a lot of people say, according to some Wikipedia, that Tom Brady already does own the Atlanta Falcons.
What? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got our number for sure. Yeah, there they are in the chat. 28-3. There they are.
Oh,
Didn't
God.
take long.
People are saying Michael Jordan. I mean, I would say Michael Jordan definitely was.
Yeah.
He was, but Brady is right now. So, I mean, Michael Jordan, I don't know. Who do you got, Tom Brady or Michael Jordan? I mean, you got to say Michael Jordan, like, obviously Jordan over LeBron for sure. I see people saying LeBron. I mean, you must be 21 years old if you say LeBron.
A lot of it's generational because you're right. Like, Jordan was peaking in the late 90s, early 2000s, late 2000s, where Brady was peaking the last 15 years. So,
yeah, Michael Jordan was the pinnacle athlete of our time. I don't think there's any question about that. But the thing about Michael Jordan was he did come back and look pretty bad when he came back. He did miss 2 years in the middle. I think if he had won those 2 years in the middle when he had retired to play baseball, I think there would be no doubt about it. He could have won 8 in a row for sure. I love Kobe. I mean, Kobe's my guy. Kobe's my number one athlete of all time. But I think that dumb question, MJ over Brady. Guys, look, football's much harder than basketball. There's no question about in terms of the league.
Well, especially to stand out as an individual. You know,
exactly.
Like basketball, one player can carry the team a lot more than football.
Somebody says Floyd Mayweather. Yes, he is the greatest of all time at punching his baby mama. He's really great at that. Really great at that. He's an incredible domestic abuser.
Okay.
In terms of actual boxer, he's also really great at not getting hit. Okay. Well, you didn't like that?
Well,
what is domestic abuse? Is that am I not supposed to say that's a bad thing?
We were trying to avoid talking about violence.
I think you can say that. Okay. I see what you're saying. Maybe not. Okay. Well, we're trying to watch what we say on YouTube a little better, but the point is I'm strongly against that for sure. So that really irritates me that he did that, and he's looked at as some hero. But anyways, precious metals executive. Crypto will cause a new financial crisis. Brett Heath, precious metal company Metallo Royalty and streaming CEO, he says that crypto will actually cause the next crash. This is very interesting stuff. And what does this remind you of? This reminds you of someone scraping and clawing to stay relevant.
Yep.
Someone scraping and clawing to still be someone or still be the traditional system, wanting to hold on to that power and all that stuff. Someone said price is price is dropping right now for Bitcoin. It is down $35,000 right now. Ethereum's still holding pretty tough at 24. What is DOT? I always like looking at DOT. What's DOT at? $21. Unbelievable. It was like 14, I think, at the low, wasn't it? This week. Let me see what that was at. 1378. 1378 for DOT was the low. That's unbelievable. But anyways, back to the story here. But yeah, we are monitoring the markets right now. Things are crashing. Guys, things will crash again today, most likely. I think it'll bounce back up and then probably crash down. We see this every Friday at between 4 and 6 p.m. Every Friday. Somebody said green dot? Where? I know the market is much more interesting than the actual precious metal story. I wonder what Where is that time
What
frame?
time
You
frame,
seeing that?
yeah.
I wonder. Yeah, what time frame are you seeing that at? Because I ain't seeing it anywhere. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, I thought this was a very interesting article because of what it said. It says when you look back over the last few decades and look at all the financial crises that have happened, they all have a couple things in common. And one of them is the massive adoption of a new financial product that is not very well understood. What is he talking about?
It gets worse.
It's an amazing increase in such a short period of time, but if you look at the digital assets using the total market cap of crypto, it goes up tenfold. I want to talk about this though. What was the new technology for the financial crash of 2008? Houses? Are houses new? Were houses brand new? I did not know this. I actually believed that people lived in houses even as far back as, I don't know, the 1930s, I think, right? 1910s? What?
Yeah, well,
I got to look this up.
It is funny that
When were houses invented? I'm pretty sure it looks like the first houses were in Tanzania. It looks like the 11,000 years ago, people in the Middle East built them. 11,000. Wow, much older than I thought. Houses.
Well, and it's funny when he says they have a few things in common. Yeah, they have massive government printing, huge stimulus, and government programs designed to help or protect people that it really just helps them protect themselves. It doesn't talk about any of that.
Yeah, this is what we call a straw man argument.
Exactly.
Right here. That's what we call this. When somebody uses something totally unrelated and insert something related to make it look like there's a tie, but there's not, So obviously we know, yeah, this has nothing to do with the out of control money printing and the stimulus and, the fact the dollar's failing. Nothing to do with that. It would be crypto, obviously. He says most cryptos are worthless. Well, I would say that's actually probably a correct statement. There's probably, we don't know the actual number of cryptos. If you go to CoinMarketCap and look here, it says there's 10,119. If you go to CoinGecko, let's see how many they say. They have 7,500 listed. I would argue there's probably closer to 50,000 total crypto. Because you have to meet qualifications, which our BIT token is on both. So we've met both qualifications with the BIT token, but there are many, many other projects that never make it on here. A lot of ICOs that went belly up trust me, I've got tons of coins in my wallets that aren't on either one of these. So I would say the number's probably closer to 30 to 50,000.
What's funny is the thing that caused the crash in 2008 was a financial, quote unquote, invention of mortgage-backed securities. So they could sell these things as securities just with horrible mortgages and keep doing it over and over and over. That's really, and it happened in the 70s, and it took 30 years to build up, and they knew it was going the whole time. They knew it was going to crash, and they just didn't care. They just let it happen.
So I would say, like, here's one of these things. It's like, yeah, if you literally go by the numbers, most cryptos are worthless, but almost zero in the top. Well, probably like 3 in the top 100 are worthless. Maybe 5, something like that at the end of the day. But most of your top cryptos in the top, 500 are probably going to be around when you just start doing the math. Because think about this. If you were to say, and I love when people, bring all this stuff up. They say, oh, well, like 95% of cryptos are going to go bust in the future. Oh, okay. What's 5% of 10,000? Anybody know what that is? 500. Okay. So when you really start bringing that math, even if 90, and that's just a number on CoinMarketCap, if 95% of crypto, we're still left with 500. So think about that. Even though a lot of will go belly up, like majority of the top projects we know and talk about, I mean, they're still going to be here. And this was the big narrative in 2018 was crypto projects are going to be dead. All these, so many, especially the Bitcoin maxis, they were like, oh, you're just wait and see. Like, all these altcoins will be dead. Projects like Wanchain. Look at Wanchain, still around kicking. Projects like Icon, still around kicking. Telcoin, still around kicking. PoonDX, still around kicking. Digibyte, still around kicking. So many of these projects people said were going to go belly. Now, look, we lost some coins. There were some coins that did go belly up. What was the one? Was it not Substratum?
Well, that's pretty bad.
Do you remember the one? Is it Substratum, the one I'm thinking about, that did go belly up?
Could have.
What was the one, like, you guys will love this. I know a lot of you guys, yeah, it was Substratum, I think.
There used to always be a guy
Yeah.
that would come to the Long Beach meetab, and he was shilling it so hard and was always convinced. He'd gotten everybody he knew into it.
I know the people that launched it. And I know that the team that launched it, the little Icon team, or not Icon, the ICO launch team, because I had a good friend that is out of crypto now for various reasons, but he knew them very well. They were good friends of his. And so he said 95% of companies in general go belly up.
Yeah,
absolutely.
95% of startups fail.
Look, guys, it's hard to win.
Yeah.
It's hard to win, okay? But the funny thing about Substratum was, I'm pretty sure, wasn't this the project that they said they were selling off all of their ETH to keep the project going on leverage? They were shorting Ethereum on leverage to be able to get money to keep the project running, and they literally did it at the exact bottom. Wasn't this it?
It sounds right.
I
can't
think it
say
was.
for certain, but I'm pretty sure it was. And I do remember that.
Man, we have been through some times, man.
Yeah.
We have been through some times in this market for sure.
Yeah,
here it is. We go to my favorite place, Reddit. They love me on Reddit. Just so you guys know. Apparently, I'm going to prison. I don't know if y'all know that, but that's what they say on Reddit. Why? Nobody can answer why, but, you know, people that hate me, they think I'm going to jail. Substratum's founder admits to day trading with their ICO ETH holdings. So what happened is so many of these, you guys are getting the history right.
This is
here.
the T right
This
here.
is the T. So what happened is Substratum did ICO. It went very well. I think it went up like 120x or something. People were, making tons of money on it. I know a guy who had $100,000 of it, and he wrote it all the way back down to like less than 500.
Ouch.
That's bad. So what happened is that they made all of this Ethereum in the ICO, but the value of it went down so much that they lost so much value they couldn't even really keep the project running. So they said, what we're going to do is we're going to day trade. We're going to short Ethereum. And they did it at pretty much the exact bottom of Ethereum. And they got crushed. And that the project's been dead pretty much ever since then. So, somebody said my belly goes out, not up. What? Yes. I mean, is it that big?
No,
Is it that big, guys?
at the beginning you were getting some looking fit comments.
It's weird how we go from getting fit to walrus back and forth so quickly.
Well, when you make that face, yeah, it's kind of hard.
I guess I bring it on myself.
Yeah.
That's okay. All right, guys, listen, that's all we got for today. Great show today. Sorry about it took so long to get things started. We're going to try to straighten this stuff out. I don't even know if we know what happened. It might have just been some YouTube stuff with the streaming. But, guys, Theta's coming, am I right? Like,
Yep.
Theta decentralization, and we're going to be streaming to Theta very soon. Let's try to get that going right after we get back from Miami.
Monday,
Well, we're doing it, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
We're going to start Tuesday. Committed. All right, guys, I love you guys so much. Have a great weekend. We will not be live stream on Monday. We'll be having stories for you guys all throughout the week. We'll be back on Tuesday. I'm giving my employees the day off. I'm going out of town for this weekend, so you'll find out more about that, on our videos. That's all I got. Be blessed. Boy out.